Hello, hello. It's very, very good to see you. Tuesday morning, 5 minutes later than I wish to start, but very excited to be here. Um, Last week, I shared a story. It was seen by a few thousand people of what it was like to feel stuck in my business for the past 4 years and how I finally changed what I was doing to emerge in a better place this year. And I hope you found that story of my struggle somewhat inspiring, armed with the knowledge that no matter how stuck you feel, there's always a way to change, should provide great hope for 2021. So I could also understand at the same time why you might not be feeling much hope right now. I mean, just look around. Um, it's a pandemic. There's the associated economic impact of that pandemic. There's a crisis in democracy if you look a little closer. There's a loneliness epidemic of being home 24/7 when you're single, which is to say that it would be really easy to give up on hope and to believe that life sucks and there's not much you can do to change that, except for the fact that that's not true. Right? It's partially true. There are people for whom that would be the totality of their life. But when you sit in my chair, walk a mile in my shoes, you'd see there's hundreds of women from around the world, right? India, Singapore, France, Norway, Spain, Switzerland, Mexico, Abu Dhabi. This is off the top of my head, who enrolled in my signature course, Love You, last year. And these women are no different than you are. Smart, strong, successful women who have everything except for their guy. And they're all frustrated, they're all confused, they're all concerned that they're going to be alone forever. So the only difference that I can tell between them and you is that they filled out an application to Love You. They did a breakthrough strategy session, talked to me on the phone, just like this on Zoom, and they enrolled in Love You under the belief that doing something to control your destiny is better than doing nothing to take control of your destiny. So stick around for a few more minutes to learn how Love You graduates didn't let the terrible year that was 2020 impact their life. They ended up finding love. So this is all true stuff, right? I write a lot, but I've never ever had to make up a customer testimonial because women come out of the woodwork to tell me the impact of this work on them. Here's Jackie. Evan, I always love reading the success stories at the end of your emails. I'm thrilled to report that you have another. In September, I married the love of my life. He isn't what I pictured, 7 years older with a teenage daughter, but he's kind and he adores me. He makes me feel safe, heard, and understood. And those were the exact words that I included in my wedding vows. Your words that stuck with me throughout my journey. Early on, there were moments where I could have run for the hills like many before had, because he was really intense and his home was a mess. But your voice was in my head, and I liked him enough to see it through, and I'm so glad I did. He's a gem. We built a life together that brings me so much joy. Thank you, Evan, for your sage advice and keeping my spirits up when I never thought I'd find him. Keep doing what you do. Women need you to bring clarity and hope that he is indeed out there. I got one more. I'm not going to do like an hour of these, I promise. This one is from Lauren. I've been wanting to send you this email for quite some time to thank you for your advice, which changed my life. I'm now 35, but stumbled across your website 2.5 years ago after a bad breakup. It left me devastated, and there was a point I had resigned myself to being this stereotypical spinster cat lady for the rest of my life. I felt frustrated that despite dating seemingly different men in terms of age, race, religion, economic status, educational backgrounds, they all seemed to be either be emotionally unavailable or lack stability, financial, professional, mental. Now, I'm just going to pause for a second. When I'm reading these things, are you hearing yourself? Right? Devastated after a bad breakup, convinced nothing was ever going to happen for me, frustrated that I seem to be trying really hard, dating different guys, but something's not working. The reason I'm reading this to you is because it's supposed to speak to you. There's something universal about this. So she continues, some say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And I realized that if I continued to date as I had been, I would essentially be attracting more of the same men. I don't quite remember what I typed into the search engine, but it was something to the effect of, why is it hard for a beautiful, successful woman to find a decent guy? And so she came across one of my blogs, became acquainted with my work. One of the first blog posts I read was about online dating, and the percentage of eligible partners was small, and how to separate the wheat from the chaff. And so she says she bought my online dating profile writing service, Cyrano. She dated online for a month, and she met her husband. Brandon is nothing like the type of man I've been attracted to, but he's one of the best men I know. He's honest, reliable, a man of character, a gentleman. He's grounded, mentally and emotionally stable, and hardworking. While it hasn't been peppered with emotional highs like the ones I've had in previous relationships, my love for him continues to grow with each passing day as we navigate this thing called life. He's been there for me through thick and thin, from cheering me on in an awards ceremony to comforting me when my grandmother passed away in the hospital. He challenges me and helps me grow to a better person. Through your advice and the services you offer, you improve my life immensely. You've given me the tools, information, and know how to choose a better partner, which will in turn benefit my children that I may be so blessed to have. Though I'm married, I continue to sing your praises and refer you to any single person that I hear has difficulty dating. The amount of times my friends have heard Marc, Katz from my lips could have driven the Davidians out of Waco. I talk about you so much. I can't thank you enough, and I wish I could adequately convey how appreciative and grateful I am to come across your site. You gave me answers when I felt lost and confused, hope when I was ready to throw in the proverbial towel and give up. You helped me identify areas to improve, which prompted me to modify my behavior to attract more of the type of man I sought. It's not just smart, strong, successful women you help, but each and every person who comes into contact with them, because of the improvements they make inwardly are reflected outwardly. I love that. I don't think you ever know how truly profound an impact you make on the lives of others through your coaching. Eternally grateful, Lauren B. So I've got more, but I'm going to pause. You might be thinking, and I don't know what you're thinking. So, okay, dating coach, some Love U grads got married and had kids this year. What about women like me who are trying to date during this pandemic? It is impossible right now. Actually, it's not. I prepared for this. In my current Love U Live class, which I teach on Tuesday, I could recall, and I wrote these down, 10 women who have relationships, happy, easy, committed relationships that started since they joined my course and while they're dating during a pandemic. And I'm going to name them without outing them. Jackie's got a boyfriend. Bija's got a boyfriend. Kavita's got a boyfriend. Jessica's got a boyfriend. Samantha's got a boyfriend. Judith's got a boyfriend. Laura's got a boyfriend. Rachel's got a boyfriend. Jenna's boyfriend just proposed to her while she was in Love U. So women are not just going out with men indiscriminately during a crisis. They're using the very man-screening tools that I offer in Love U to make the best of these trying circumstances. In other words, this stuff works no matter who you are or where you live. Judith, who I mentioned earlier, is a young black woman in New York. Samantha lives in Australia. Jana came into Love U, really hurt, really jaded, and now she's engaged. All of them started dating the Love U way in 2020 and found great men. So, what about you? I know the excuses, and they're real excuses. They're not just made up. It's time, and it's money, and it's kids, and your city, and it's dating apps, and it's your age, and men, and there's always a reason. But really, the difference between the women who are finding love and those who aren't are two things: belief and action. If you don't really believe anything's going to work, you're not going to do anything. And if you don't do anything, nothing's going to work. It's an airtight argument. It's perfect. Right? As long as you don't put your heart and soul into dating, or put your heart and soul into dating doing it this way, nothing ever changes. And you may choose, rightfully so, to be single for the rest of your life. It's an option, but is that what you really want? Or is that what you're doing because you just don't know what to do differently to produce a different result? The theme of this month that I'm doing these Facebook Lives every Tuesday is getting unstuck. And I just wanted to remind you here today, without any solicitation, that falling in love is within your control. As much as earning a promotion is within your control, falling in love is within your control. I see the wedding photos of happy women every single day, and I've been posting them a lot. You could be next. You should be next. So if you're inspired, if I've got your wheels spinning a little bit, go to my website. The old one, the new one will come out soon. But go to the one that's up right now, evanmarckatz.com. Apply to Love You, and I will talk to you on the phone. We'll do an hour of this, and I will get you the love that you deserve by the end of this year. Finally, I am not much for social media. I'm really not. I think I might be too old to really love social media, but I do it because it's part of my job. But since I am relaunching evanmarckatz.com on Tuesday, April 20th, I have been sharing more on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Pinterest. Every day for 30 days, I am posting a new Love You love story to remind you why you should keep persevering even when you want to give up. So check out my social links if you're not following me on there. See what we're doing here. See the transformative results that people who give themselves to this process get. All right? And realize that this thing that you're feeling right now, this longing, this loneliness, this hopelessness that you don't know what to do with to produce a different result, there is a solution for that. And you could have someone coming to visit your family with you for Thanksgiving this year if you apply yourself right now. That's how confident it is I am that I could help you. So thank you for your time. Thank you for watching me. I love you. I appreciate you. And I look forward to seeing you and love you.